back. Let's go. Let's do this. Who's ready for some maps? I know I am. I got twice as many kids, half as many jobs, but we are still watching maps because that is what we do here. And today we are doing a classic. That is the Always War mod. So every country will always be at war with every country that it borders with, and all of the provinces, when they are occupied, immediately switch to the occupier. And with that, sit back, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. We are still on the push to 1,000. We got like 400 subscribers more to go. I think it's about 420. That might be a number of significance. I'm not really sure. Sit back. Let's watch some maps. Alright, what do we got here? Early on, it's just chaos. It is 100% chaos with the Always War map. Leave a comment down below with what country you think is going to be the country at the end that, I don't know, makes something out of nothing and whatever in the world is going on here, because yeah, it's gonna be chaos. Also, this is the only time we will ever watch an EU4 map and see Ming be expansionist, because they don't at all. Ming just kind of sits there and usually implodes whenever I'm like, hey, Ming's doing something, and then pop. And so to see a big Ming is kind of cool. Hey, the AI formed Andalusia. That's not something that happens every day. Naples is going ham in Italy. Trier just took the Scandinavian nations, so that's something going on over there. Yao is just that, I don't know, about to play some basketball or something. We got Yao Ming over here. Semyon is moving into the Horn of Africa area there. And Bahamas, I don't know how to pronounce things anymore, doing solid in India. Japan formed and is really pushing into Ming. Japan's actually in a pretty good spot, as they immediately lost the islands. I was going to say only really having borders with one enemy kind of benefited them, and they managed to just not work anything with it. Japan doesn't even have any territory in Japan anymore. Andalusia is huge, and Semyon has just left the Horn of Africa region. They are just a West African nation now, pushing back Andalusia. The Mamluks also sort of came out of nowhere, and that Bamanis is just huge. Japan is China, and China is Korea. It makes sense. Just roll with it. England's not doing anything because they're surrounded by water. Tunisia's in Greece because, I mean, come on, it makes sense. Just don't question it, guys. Come on. Semyon is actually kind of chilling. Good for them. They've stopped their migration. They're doing what they're going to do. Tunisia is basically forming the Ottomans. This is like how in any game of EU4, the Ottomans and Tunisia ally. And so in this one, Tunisia was just like, let's just go become the Ottomans, because why not? I think Naples is in Denmark, and Yao is in Scandinavia. They saw Ogaden, and they're like, we out. Hindustan has formed, and Japan is just controlling a lot of Asia as they immediately fall apart, but they still do not control Japan. Ajam has gone really, really far north. That is not where they normally are located. Naples is now in Scandinavia. They just keep going more and more north, just trying to get away. I like the Semyon because they're starting to break up. We got that Beta Israel, which is just a really cool name to see whenever we see it's basically what the names get when it's a separate, region of Semyon that's been separated from their primary region. We oftentimes get that Beta Israel tag. It's really cool. Yao is now Yao Mongolia. They have now gone from Africa to Scandinavia to Mongolia. That's a nomadic tribe if I've ever seen one. They're really embracing that Mongolian culture. Naples appears to have fled Denmark due to Ogaden and are attempting to take France from Andalusia. England's lost England to Scotland, I think, but don't worry, they're trying to, go Roman Empire or something. I don't know. They've got Germany and a bunch of other places. The names are not coming to my head right now, but hey, it happens. I think it's Greece. For some reason, I couldn't think Greece. Naples is actually doing really strong. They're starting to push back England. England should have held on to their mainland. They're not going to have an island to fall back on. Ogaden is still just chilling there, and oh my goodness, Naples really is pushing. England is just Poland right now, which is never a good place to be when you're between two large powers on either side. Hindustan is honestly probably the most peaceful place in the world right now. I said as they immediately got pushed by the Mamluks, who I believe are fleeing Andalusia. who has been pushed out of all of Iberia, although they might still hold that tiny, and there it goes. They did. They held the tiny little spot in the bottom. Naples is doing really well, and English Mongolia, because that makes sense. Now it's just England. You're not on an island. That doesn't make sense. Naples, hey, we've got the Reconquista. I'm not really sure how many times Spain has been conquered and unconquered at this point, but it's a lot. It looks like Naples and Hindustan have that might be what this comes down to. Ogaden is trying to do some stuff, and wow, actually, they're really pushing into that Germanic northern Denmark region of Naples, but that did not last very long. Looked like England might have popped up there for a second. I'm not entirely certain. Andalusia, they had a really, really strong run, but they're just being swallowed up by the Mamluks now. And now we've got Sambas actually in Southeast Asia, knocking Hindustan, taking pretty large chunks of that sort of Southeast Asia region in India, which seem to have weakened up their ability to hold off Naples, who is just consuming everyone. The Mamluks have fallen. Andalusia is in the Congo, and Sambas and Hindustan fell. Wow, that was incredibly fast. Naples took out Ogaden. The Mamluks barely have anything, and Naples is destroying Sambas as they, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we have a powerhouse forming and taking as much territory as they can. They have basically united all of Europe and all of Asia. They're going for Africa right now. Can they hold the territory that they've got? They're losing a little bit of their territory to Sambas, and actually quite a bit there. They got a huge chunk of that sort of China region taken out. We got Sambas, China. And that right there is going to bring us to the end as, I mean, come on. The winner of all of this has got to be Cyprus, right? Yeah, that's Cyprus up in England right there, because if you're an island, bro, you just go from one island to another. They went to a bigger island, though, so that's cool. So I'm pretty sure Aragon went to these islands and just peaced out for the rest of the game. They just lived a peaceful existence in the Mediterranean. Also a big fan of the Reconquista. Again. Hey, England's in Iceland, so they're alive. North America is just Mixtec and Haida. Basically, these regions got unified and then sat there for like 400 years. Huh, I did not notice Sambas had taken Madagascar. The Ternate were able to unify a large portion of sort of the Indonesian region. Kamchadals managed to unify Japan. So the mod auto changes culture, and we have got a ton of Neapolitan, perfectly mimicking the actual map that we saw. The only thing that we see different is regions that have not been colonized. And so that's why we've got like the Tungus and the Buryat and the Samoyed. Those are uncolonized regions. Otherwise, it culture swapped everything that got taken. Religiously, it's very Catholic. And this is, we've got the Neapolitans were Catholic, as well as Cyprus and England. And just about everywhere else was Sunni. That's where the Sambas and Andalusia and the Mamluks. The other things that we see, Totemist, Animist, Tengri, that's a lot of the uncolonized regions. Dynastically, the Rangoni are the dominant power, and man, I just really want pasta now. That just sounds like pasta. Rangoni. Developmentally, the people of this world did not care to build. They only cared to destroy. And honestly, this development map mode might actually be worse than the starting map mode, because it doesn't look good. I think England has a little bit there, probably because they didn't see nearly as much war as everyone else, but there are some really developed areas, even in Europe. You got some in Iberia, in Greece, in Italy, which is interesting given that Naples is sort of a powerhouse. Actually, Naples is pretty undeveloped. And so, yeah, they came to burn the world, not to build it. And finally, our 8 great powers of the world. Naples just ran away with this with 13,811 development. Sambas with 1,500, Ternate with 1,200, Andalusia with 945, Kamchadals with 802, the Mamluks with 793, Cyprus with 459. Go Cyprus, just chilling in England and making the top 8. And Haida rounding out the top 8 with 429 development. Well, that, my friends, was a lot of fun. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I am definitely looking forward to doing more of these. It felt really good to get back here behind the camera and record another one of these videos for you. It's been like 3 months, And so these videos will be coming out more regularly. I'm going to be doing at least once per week, and if I can get into a rhythm that works for me, works with my life, and figuring out how to fit these out, we're going to try to get more of them out there. So make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, so that way you can be notified when these videos come up. We're shooting for Friday every week, and then some more if I can fit them in, and we will see about that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Wreath out.